welcome to Ready Set Demo from Elizabeth's Craft Room, and today we're going to make a card using the Happy Hibiscus hybrid bundle. So we have this beautiful, maybe easier to see on there, but this beautiful embossing folder. We have the dies to match and the stamps to match. So we're going to use all of these things today, and I'm going to show you a technique for getting a fun shadow with these goodies. So stay with me to see how we do that. So let's get started with some stamping first. So I'm going to take a little piece of cardstock and start off by stamping my hibiscus. Now this is the biggest of the stamps, and this is sort of a trio here. So you can cut them out separately. And I'm just going to pop those fairly centrally onto the panel. Now you can stamp the insides of these, or you can go ahead and colour them with blends, and that's what I'm going to do today. So I'll take you through my colours that I'm using. So I've got a Flirty Flamingo light and dark, and I'm going to do this bigger flower with those. So I'm going to start with the dark one. And just go around the outside. And in the stamping, there are some little kind of gap pieces. So just ignore those and carry on as if you had a straight line, and just follow those lines around. I used to always do light and then dark and then light again. I'm not really sure why. But I've kind of come on to trying to remember to do the dark first. Otherwise, I'm just using my light colour twice. And then we'll go in and blend all those lines in. I'm going very lightly with the blends, because we don't want to smush the ends. I'm usually quite heavy-handed with everything that I do, and so I have to remind myself not to do that. And I'll go around, just go around again, going over those edges and gently blending until I'm happy with the look. Go. And I'm just going to take a yellow, this is the Daffodil Delight marker, and just put a little bit of daffodil on the stamen there. If I want that to pop more, I would have left a white area around there, but I actually quite like the subtle look of that. So now we're going to do our second flower, and this is dark pumpkin pie. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing again. Now with this one, there are a couple of sort of folds, and I went in with the darker area kind of behind the folds a little bit. And then also just picked out, as I did with this one, where the black lines are. I've gone in with generally with the darker colour. And then I'm just doing my folds, the front parts of the folds in the lighter colour. There we go, there's another one. And then again, just blending those in. So I think I said I did those light and dark pumpkin pie. There's another one there that I just want to emphasise a little bit more. under the fold there. There we go. And then for the final one, I'm going really dark. This is Melon Mambo. So we'll go with the dark one first, and I'm just going to use the fine end here. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the die and go ahead and cut these out. You can cut and emboss simultaneously, but I'm going to show you why I'm not doing that on this occasion. So we've cut out our flowers here. And to use the embossing folder, I'm actually going to position my flowers and then pop it through to get that embossed look on to each of these flowers. You could do all three at a go, but I'm going to do one at a time because I think it's a little bit easier just to get them in position, get your fingers out of the way, and then run it through the embossing folder. So there's our first one ready. Let's pop that through. So there we are, and you can see, hopefully in the light will catch it and show that each of these flowers are now beautifully 3D embossed as well as being coloured. Obviously, if you emboss them first, it does make it a bit more tricky, I think, to colour them. So colour first. I'll show you a version of this card with them not embossed as well, so you can see the difference that it makes. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is a bit of stamping, and I'm going to stamp with Granny Apple Green. Let's move my flowers out of the way. And I'm going to use the leaf. Now, this is the leaf from this set. And I'm going to go ahead and start stamping a few leaves around the edge here. Even right over the middle. I want the tips of the leaves to be showing, so I don't want those off the edge. Ooh, missed a little bit there. Can I go in and fix it? Yay, I can. I want the tips to be showing, but I'm not worried about the base of the leaf particularly. There we go. I'll just take a tissue and wipe up that excess, and then we'll do a little colouring as well. So I'm using a light lemon lime twist to colour these all over. And while I'm colouring, I'm not going to stop at the edges of the leaves when it's in the middle here. I'm going to go right over the leaf as though there are other leaves behind, so it's all green everywhere behind these flowers. Right, okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to position a piece of the lemon lime twist green behind this panel and stick that down. I'm not going to go right up to the flowers with my Tombow glue. I'm not going to do anything at all because it's sealed over. Let's have another go. Okay. So I'm not going to go right up to the edges. I just want this to be in position, and this is about the same size as that original piece. My layer on this particular one, in case you were wondering, is 5 by 3 1/4. But it's not sort of critical as to which way you do that. Now I'm going to go back in with my lemon lime twist, and I'm going to darken around the edge here, just at the top, and make it just a tad darker, like a little bit of shade going around. A little bit around the side there. We won't need it at the bottom. as I will show you. So to get this effect, I'm going to pop my flowers up on dimensionals, my hibiscus, but instead of putting them back into the hole, which you could do, and then you've got the leaves are flat, but you've got the embossed bit on the flower, I'm going to lift these up so we really see that embossing pop. But again, instead of lining it up perfectly, I'm going to offset them down just a little bit so that we see that shadow around the flower at the top and a little bit at the sides. And it gives a really lovely effect when you do that. I'm going to lift this pumpkin pie one even higher, height-wise rather than position. So putting 2 layers of dimensionals under this one. You don't have to do this, but it just gives some differentiation then between those pieces. So which way round does this go? I think that bit's there. There we go. So again, I'm going to offset that, coming downwards just a bit. And finally with my little one, I'll use some mini dimensionals. I can persuade them to come off the back. And again, offset that downwards. And can you see the effect that you get, that it gives you this really lovely shadow effect behind the flowers? I did try using a darker cardstock behind, but then it looked too dark. So I tried to kind of do a granny apple behind and it was too sharp. But by using the lemon lime twist and then putting a line of the blend over the top of it to darken it just a bit, it kept it all the same tone. And really that combination of colours worked. Of course, you could do other greens as well, or any other colour that you choose. Okay, so we're going to layer this up and put a greeting on. And if you like this project and would like to see some more ideas for using the Happy Hibiscus, please do pop over to my Ready Set Demo blog if you are watching on YouTube, and you'll see the links down below there in the description. But we're at Ready Set Demo. And I'm going to pop this one on the top here. So that layer was the Flirty Flamingo to pick up the colours in the large hibiscus flower. And then we could put a greeting on there. There are a couple of layers on there. I'm just wondering whether this time where I've positioned this is a little bit tight, but I'll show you on the other one that I did. But we do have some dies with layers. This one layers really nicely with the 1.5 inch circle punch. So I will show you my other version of this, which has got that on, but also show you the difference when you use the embossing. So this one I've put my Thanks for Being So Kind. That is also out of the Happy Hibiscus stamp set, as you can see. And then see what you think of that. Can you see the difference that makes? I hope that does show up on the camera to give it that texture. So I do hope you like that project. Thanks very much for visiting Ready Set Demo from Elizabeth's Craft Room today. Bye.